introductions. Well, I'm going to start with Amy because I'm going to do this alphabetically. Amy Sue Nathan is the author of 4 published novels. The Last Bathing Beauty was published in April 2020 and is a dual timeline, lifelong friendship and second chance love story set in the lakeside resort town of South Haven, Michigan. We have a few Michigan authors here, so yay for Michigan. Thank you. Kelly Simmons has published 6 books in 12 countries, and she specializes, I like this, in writing about good families making bad decisions. Lori Nelson Spielman is the New York Times bestselling author of The Life List, which sold in over 30 countries and has been optioned by Netflix. Her most recent novel, The Star-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany, was a November Book of the Month Club selection and an Indie Next pick. And then Wade Rous is the internationally best-selling author of 12 books, translated into 20 languages and selected as NBC Today Show must-reads, Indie Next picks, and as a Michigan Notable Book. Ooh. Wade chose his grandmother's name, I love this, Viola Shipman, as the pen name to honor the woman whose heirlooms inspire his fiction. Isn't that terrific? His new novel, The Clover Girls, will publish May 18. And so I just wanted to mention briefly about, the author's books. If we know that not everyone is in a position to buy books because of the pandemic, some have lost jobs, everything is up in the air. But if you can, we want to make a little plug to buy your books at independent bookstores because, they're such wonderful supporters of authors. And without them, we probably wouldn't even be here. So, buy indies if you can. And yeah. And so now we're going to do with the 20 questions. We have these really cool cards. See, they say the back room on them. And the authors always say that they're nervous because they don't know what these questions are going to be, but I promise they're very easy. Okay. So Amy, I'm going to just start with you.
Sure.
Your first question is, what's your favorite book of all time?
Oh, easy.
Okay. Do you have a favorite book?
Don't have a favorite book.
Don't have a favorite book.
I like to start from a low note. No, I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think I could choose one either. Okay, we'll let that one go then.
I always say whatever I'm reading at the moment is my favorite book.
Oh, I like that. Very nice. Very nice. All right. How about Wade next? Name one of the authors you admire most.
Oh my gosh. Irma Bombeck.
Wonderful. I loved her when I was growing up. Yeah,
she was incredibly influential to me growing up. So it's always an odd answer, but I adore her still to this day.
Very cool. Very cool. I love it. Kelly, what book made you want to be a writer?
I was jealous of the other questions because I had answered those. I would say the work of Ann Tyler and Ann Beatty probably made me want to be a writer more than, their collective work.
Yeah.
It made me feel like I could write about simple people and simple situations, which they did so well.
Nice, nice. Lori, if you were stuck on a desert island, what's the one book you couldn't live without?
East of Eden, John Steinbeck.
Oh, okay. Good choice. Yeah. And back to Amy.
I'll try to answer whatever you ask me.
All right.
No promises.
Which author would you most like to have coffee with? Dead or alive? Because this is fiction.
Oh boy, I think Judy Blume, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I think we all would. Great choice. Let's invite her. Okay. Wade, what's your favorite time of day?
Oh my gosh. I have to say, I write early in the morning, so I love morning because it's uninterrupted quiet time before the day started and I have it all to myself. So that's probably, but I love evening. I just love every moment.
Very lovely.
That's a wonderful attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is helping that.
Cocktail hour is your favorite time, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
You can't have your glass of wine early in the morning. So
meditation keeps it all equalized.
Yeah. Kelly, what fictional place would you love to live in?
I am one of those weirdos that wants to go to into those films by Nancy, what's her name? I can't remember the name of the director. She
Nancy Myers.
Thank you, Nancy Myers.
Yeah.
I want to live in a Nancy Myers film more than I want to live in a book.
Oh,
Sorry.
That's fine. It's your answer.
Yeah.
Lori, do you read your reviews?
Yes.
All of them?
No. I mean, I do read the good and bad, but I'm not religious about going through every single one, but I will go and read them. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a glutton.
Uh-huh. You must have a tough skin too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we're back to you, Amy. Do you write on paper or with a keyboard?
With a keyboard.
Yeah, me too. I think most of us do, but now and then someone writes on paper. Wade, this is your question. What fictional character would you want to spend a day with?
Oh my gosh. Probably Holden Caulfield.
Oh, okay. That works.
Really?
Yes. You know, that's a book I read. I don't read, that's the one book I read every single year. And I have to say, I feel the older I get, the more he changes to me. It's just, he tends to evolve in my mind in many different ways.
Well, in the breakout room, we want to hear more about that. That is fascinating.
Yeah,
I would love to hear what you think about Holden Caulfield.
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
for
I've
sure.
read that for a long time.
Kelly, when do you feel most creative?
I'm a morning writer like Wade, definitely. Coffee, sunshine, peeking out through the trees.
Yeah. Okay, Lori, what's the most difficult thing about writing a book?
The first draft, the entire first draft.
Yeah, I won't disagree with you on that. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for the 20 questions. And we have, the authors are going to offer book recommendations. So I want to ask each author in turn, what book are you crazy about? What book did you read recently and love? What book do you think everybody should read? Amy, can we start with you again?
Sure. I chose The Bright Side of Going Dark by Kelly Harms. And I'll tell you why. Because it's a serious time in the world. And it's a book about a serious topic, but it's handled delightfully. It's about a woman who kind of is addicted to her social media, like many people are, but it handles it very delicately and gently and with humor, and allows you to see some real truths in a real palatable way, which is good, was good for, this time in life.
Sounds lovely.
They're
Sounds
not fluffy, not meaningless, very, very meaningful, but handled really delightfully.
Sounds wonderful. And Tom is going to put the recommendations in the chat, and so you can make a note of those if you like. Wade, what book are you recommending?
Hollywood Park by Mikhail Jolie, which is one of the best memoirs I've read in the past few years. I've written 4 memoirs, and I'm fascinated by people's personal stories. And it's about a kid whose parents join a cult. And, it's really a story about belonging and family, and the beauty of what he does. He's actually a songwriter as well. And the beauty of what he does in the memoirs, his voice ages as he does throughout his life. And it's pretty amazing to pull off, and he did a beautiful job, and it's one of the most affecting memoirs I've read in ages.
Nice. Kelly, how about you?
Well, I chose Dear Edward by Anne Napolitano, I think is how you pronounce it. And I chose it because it's one of those books that I really couldn't believe that I wanted to read, because when someone told me what it was about, I was like, I'm not going to read that because it's about a plane crash basically and the aftermath of a plane crash. And I am a terrible flyer. I'm the person you don't want to sit next to when it's turbulent. Like I have so many stories of strangers like holding my hand and like befriending me on flights because I was such a mess. But the fact that I could read a book and be transported and fall in love with this book without being even scared, I thought it was just a miraculous to me. It's so well constructed and such a simple, beautiful book, really.
Thank you. Thank you. And Lori, what book are you recommending?
So the book I'm recommending isn't the most fun book or even the most beautiful book, but I think it's the most important. And I don't mean to throw cold water over this fun event, but I really loved Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. I think it's a very important book about the history of racism in our country. And I think it's very timely right now. And I learned so much and my empathy just expanded even more after reading that book.
Wasn't that fun? We hope that you enjoyed this taste of what a backroom event is like. The best part comes immediately after, when the audience is divided into breakout rooms and the authors visit each room in turn. We'd love to show you what a breakout session is like because these relaxed face-to-face conversations are the hallmark of our backroom events. But breakout sessions are never recorded. What's said in the backroom stays in the backroom.